is the call. And Asad Sikandar taking strike. As he creams this one through the offside, but straight to the fielder. Unlike his start yesterday in one of the games where he started off with the 6. But not to be here. But he found the middle of the bat all right, so that is a good sign for him. This has gone right up in the air. It will take some catching. It will take some catching, and it's been dropped. You could tell it wasn't an easy catch. With the swirling wind, that ball went very, very high, and the fielder couldn't catch it. First reprieve for Asad, and also the first runs for Toronto Panthers. You're not seeing the score at the bottom of your screen at the moment. We're working to fix that. It will come up very, very shortly. Of course, all the games coming thick and fast because of the rain that is in forecast tomorrow. We're playing T10, so a lot is happening so quickly for our team handling the graphics. They've done a sterling job so far. Everybody involved actually should be very proud of this very, very good event. The management committee, the organizing committee, the sponsors, the media partners, the broadcast team, Roddy Lalman and his team, Oliver, Justin, Ryan, myself, and the media partners, the 24/7, Ijaz Karmali and his team, all have put together a lot of effort to make this event possible. As we watch another one, this one has been swung to the onside, no protection there. Poor line from Najmuddin, and Amin made him pay for that. Amin was the one who played a belligerent knock yesterday. Amin, who was in cracking form yesterday, started off where he left off yesterday. Another 6, a 4 and a 6 to get his innings going. He scored 76 yesterday in no time, and he's really got off the blocks very, very quickly yet again. Big, strong lad. Possesses great power, Amin. Asad Sikandar, the left-hander on the other end. Bit of a slog there, slow delivery, had to wait a long time, and a misfield. This is what we haven't seen from the Stallions so far. In fact, they were very, very good in the outfield in the first game here, but now that boundary will close out a very expensive first over, 15 for none. Zahir will take up the attack from the far end. He's played 2 games here, and on both occasions I've seen him bowl from the main pavilion end. Now he's bowling from the far end, and this is gone. Sikandar was looking to heave it. An excellent effort in the field, but not enough to prevent the boundary. Not right off the middle of the bat, but the intentions are very, very clear of these two openers, Asad and Amin. Really going for it from ball one. This will be a good contest because Zahir, we've seen, is a very, very handy and skillful bowler. He's a third man and long on the two deep fielders inside the power play. Too much pace and bounce there from Zahir. Good reply. This is exactly what you expect from him. A seasoned campaigner. Very, very experienced and skillful bowler that he is. Guilty of bowling a couple short deliveries in the previous game that went for runs. Other than that, he bowls immaculate line and length. Once again, rocking on to that back foot, Asad Sikandar. Good looking stroke. But the result is just a single. The pre-quarterfinal round and the quarterfinal round were a bit more competitive than what we saw in the first 2 days. I expect this one to be even closer, because two evenly matched sides will be looking to progress to the championship match, and that is really a big prize. And I think both the teams will give it their all. Not easy playing back-to-back games, as this one is in the air. Wicket-keeper, we've seen he's got very good hands and pouches it very, very safely. And the big star from yesterday, Amin, departs. His luck finally ran out. He went in that similar belligerent fashion that he did in the previous games, but this time the top edge and the wicket-keeper took care of him. And none other than Zahir Makbul is the bowler who would test you on this pitch with his lines and lengths. He gets the reward. Amin walks back. The Panthers 20-1. Danish is the new man in. Yeah, now with Amin out, there's a lot of responsibility on all the other batters. We'd seen the batting lineup capitulated yesterday after the dismissal of Amin and Sikandar. Sikandar still in the middle. Danish backing away too far, I think. Got himself too far away from the ball and couldn't reach it in the end. There's a lot of noise there in the field from Houston Stallions. They know the importance of this moment. Another chance, a difficult take once again, and beautifully taken. There was a chance of a collision at one stage, but the fielder called it loud and took it very, very easily in the end, made some good ground, and this is some start for the Stallions. It's Danish now. There's not much time in T10. You can't blame Danish for taking the attack to the bowlers, but Makbul too good and too clever. 2 wickets in the over for the experienced man. 2 overs done, 20 for 2. 20 for 2 after 2 overs. Starting out, the Panthers, the minimum target should have been 100, I think. 120 would be just about par. 140, even better. And they would need strokes like this. A gorgeous straight hit there from Sikandar. This typical elegance and grace of a left-hander. He hardly seemed to have hit it, but that ball carried all the way. Pure timing and class there from Asad Sikandar. To the day, no one knows why the left-handers look so graceful when they're driving the ball, and Asad being a tall left-hander. It was an absolute picture, that last strike. And I'd say we've seen many sixes in this tournament, but that was just pure timing. Best thing is to just rotate the strike if you can't get to do anything else with that delivery in a T10. 2 wickets down. A bit of a partnership will help here, the Toronto Panthers, although it's T10 like I said, and if the batters go for it from the word go, you can't really blame them. What would be the tactics of Aftab, the skipper? You have to wait and see. There you go. Gone are the days when you have to give it a look in. Even couple of deliveries in T10, no chance. Umpire Rogers into the action. He's not happy with the positioning of some fielders on the 30-yard ring. I think that fielder at deep cover, if we could see it, is slightly deeper. Try and see after this ball, as another big swing and a miss. That ball is way outside the off stump, and Aftab is looking to heave it to that cow corner. You'd have to drag it from way outside the off stump to get any sort of bat on it. He's failed to do so in the first 2 deliveries. Nice blow, but just a single. That first 6 from Asad and then a couple of dots and a single means that it's a good over from Najmuddin. In the power play, they won't mind giving away 10 runs. Have to protect the boundary on this final delivery. 28 for 2 into the 3rd over. Deep cover and long off, 2 deep fielders. But that ball is short, asking for trouble. That's poor bowling. His field wasn't set for this kind of delivery. Easy pickings for Sikandar, and a boundary to finish off the over. 3 overs gone, 32 for 2. Shahid is the new bowler. Aftab is the batter. Nice strike. Very, very solid blow. Wasn't that short, but he just rocked onto that back foot and threw his hand at that flashing blade from skipper Aftab. It was just 5 yards away from that sweeper, but he couldn't make it. Such was the power behind that stroke. Now with power play done and dusted, there's 3 fielders on the boundary fence on the onside. Long on, mid-wicket and square leg. So he has to keep the ball within the stumps just like that. Today the breeze is not as strong as it was in the first couple of days. That left hand right hand combination will also be a headache for the bowlers to keep adjusting your line and length. Chance now, just away from the fielder. Sikandar just scuffed it. He's looking for that big heave over mid wicket. The length wasn't quite there, that's why couldn't get a good connection. Now the swing there from Aftab is very simple. He's just staying in his crease, putting that weight onto his back foot and give it a swing wherever the ball comes. First delivery of the over went towards the offside, this one towards the onside. Sikandar is much more a classical player, and that is a classic stroke. Lofted extra cover drive, once again with pure elegance and grace. It really sped across the outfield for a boundary. Sikandar is in great touch. We've had Justin's views about some good catching. What do you reckon about this stroke play, Justin?
Well, that was just amazing. Like, truly incredible bowling. As soon as he hit that ball, I saw it go out the fence here. I was like, wow, beautiful. Set up perfectly. I'm really excited to see this Houston Stallions, to see how this game turns out for them. Whoa! Is that out? That's a 6. That is a 6. That was a beautiful 6 for the Toronto Panthers. That was, wow, incredible.
Sikandar is really in good touch. Over has come to an end. An expensive one there. And after 4 overs, the Panthers 49 for 2. Once again, another nice looking stroke. Did allow the sweeper to come around, but the running is good and there is a chance of some overthrows. Nobody backing up. A strong return there from the fielder at long off. And the bowler didn't get his body behind it. Conceded an extra run. And what makes it worse is that now Sikandar is back on strike. He'll be hitting with the wind against the leg spinner. There is some advantage there. He's a fielder at square leg on the boundary line. Mid wicket is dropping back. And long on is back as well. So 3 fielders. Anything short and it will go. That much I can tell you. Sikandar 28 of just 11. Anything slightly short because it sits up very nicely on this synthetic turf. And that leg side boundary is not too big for Sikandar. That wasn't short, so that's why Sikandar went for that slog sweep. Slight misjudgment by the fielder, and he's absolutely messed it up. Just scrambling on the boundary line. It just fell over his head and inside the fence. That represents a bad piece of judgment there. Sikandar is not sparing any opportunity, and although you have to give credit to Rizwan, he didn't bowl a bad ball, but he still conceded that boundary. He should have got a wicket there. 8 runs off the first 3 deliveries, 57 for 2. That's a massive blow. Once again, the fielder can only watch it sail over his head. Beautiful stroke from Aftab. And now both the batters are firing. And the Toronto Panthers are really rollicking along inside the 5 overs. They've gone up to 63. Houston Stallions, the much fancied Stallions, the much disciplined Stallions, are under the cosh here. He's really swinging hard off top, just looking around at the onside field. That's the area he wants to target. Doesn't need to do anything with that. It was a wide, although you can see there's a big gap on even on your picture. If you can see that, there is no one back there at fine leg. Could have just swung it around, but he decided he'll take that one easy. Big swing and a miss. The bat was in the air, but I think the foot was firmly grounded. That's a right line there for Aftab, who's swinging everything towards the onside. So Rizwan will do well to make him drag that ball from wide outside the off stump on towards the onside. With a slightly flatter trajectory, slightly short of a length. Easier said than done though, when you're under pressure, looking up those 22 yards, produce the best ball under pressure, not easy. Taking his time at the top of his mark. Swung it around. That is exactly the area I was talking about. This time he was able to put bat to ball and send Rizwan for a boundary on the final delivery of the 5th over at the halfway stage. Panthers 68 for 2. Shazad is the new bowler. And Asad, in belligerent mood, is on strike. He gets hold of that all right. He's absolutely nailed it. And another 6. He's tall. He's got those long levers. So anything back of a length, with his reach, he can still reach out to it like he did just now. Wasn't a bad delivery. You could say it was in the slot. But that slot area becomes a little bit larger for Sikandar because of his reach. And no answers here for the Stallions at the moment. They're under the cosh. This time another silky drive through the offside. And in this innings from Sikandar, we've not only seen his power, but his silky touch, a typical left-hander's touch. And like it said, I'll tell this to Justin as well. In cricket, they say that the left-handers somehow seem more elegant than the right-handers. Nobody's come to a right logic as to why, but that is the case. And watching Sikandar, you could clearly tell that he looks more elegant and graceful than the right-handers. The top edge will fall in no man's land. Aftab, he's batting on 21. He's played his part in this partnership. After Amin was dismissed and Danish went very cheaply in the same over, one felt that the Panthers would be under pressure, but this partnership has really looked good. Sikandar back on strike. It's a good thing. They're making use of every ball. In the previous couple of games, we saw that there were so many dot balls, even in this T10 format. Here, if Sikandar cannot hit it for 4 or 6, he makes sure he does something with it and gets a single or a 2. Aftab has been guilty of playing a few dot balls in trying to bludgeon everything. There's a difference of class between the two players. And Aftab would admit it, but then he's made up for those dots by hitting big strokes. Once again, he'll be targeting that onside boundary. He does, and clears it with ease. Short of length, asking for trouble. And Aftab is sitting back in his crease, waiting for these deliveries and smashing him over. And the wind has picked up, and this went a long way actually. This is a hit with the wind, and it landed in the field just towards our left field 1, where another semi-final is being played. What do you say about those big hits, Justin? Are you enjoying it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gorgeous hit over the second field over here. Like, it's like just watching it. It's like the ball had wings. It was just flying to the second field. When as we pick up the game, is that a boundary? Oh, it's a boundary. Beautiful. Another beautiful hit clean for the Toronto Panthers. This game's getting me hyped up and very excited to see what's going to happen in these last few overs that we have in this game. It's very exciting.
Yeah, 10 off 2. And once again, a strong finish to the over. We had 16 from the previous over, 18, 19 from this one. 6 gone, 87 for 2. 87 for 2 in just 6 overs. Aftab 31, Sikandar on strike 41 of just 16 deliveries in the semi-final. This is some knock. Since Sikandar can bowl well as well. Another big strike. The fielder is watching over his head. Not interested at all because he knew the outcome. As soon as this ball hit the bat, he knew it was going over his head. Another solid blow from Sikandar. He's in the mood. He is really in the mood. Remember, he offered that difficult chance in the beginning, in the very first over, when he skied a lofted drive and it was dropped. And he's making them pay. Shot. Oh, he got onto it in a flash. Couldn't get the elevation, but enough power for the boundary. And that's 50 for Asad Sikandar, getting a standing ovation from his teammates. And he raises the bat to them. What a sensational knock this has been. Strokes all around the ground. Aerial strokes. So the drives and the pulls and the cuts. He's shown everything today. Well played, Asad Sikandar. And his team is now in a very strong position. 97 in just 6.2 overs. Where would they end? 10 overs? They're well on course for that 140 that initially I thought was way above par. I thought 120 would be par here. As Sikandar swings it around again. The bowler has nowhere to hide. Sikandar is on a rampage. As the 100 has been brought up as well in the 7th over. 140 looks very imminent unless Houston Stallions can get rid of Sikandar and Aftab very quickly. And there are no signs of this happening anytime soon. Sikandar is absolutely toying with the bowlers. The spinners, Rizwan and Shahzad, who've done well throughout the tournament, really doesn't know what has hit them right now. Stallions, they need to fight back. They need someone to give them the control back. While Sikandar is in there, it's not happening. What a gorgeous hit this is. Magnificent strike over extra cover. You cannot see a better stroke than this. And Sikandar has treated us to some magnificent stroke play right from the word go. Incredible.
Well, I'm over here just in the commentary box. I'm just seeing these sixes after sixes after sixes. And it's huge. Like, who would have thought that this game that I've never thought I would love, coming to love it, I'm seeing all these sixes getting hit. And it's amazing to come out here and see this for the first time. It's beautiful, man. Like, wow. What is this? Is it? What is this? What is this? Is this another six? As I said, bro, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sixes after sixes after sixes. It's beautiful. Like, they're killing them out here right now. 1 and 13 to 2. Wow. And we're in the 7th over as well. This is gonna be a beautiful game. Let's see how this turns out.
You're counting sixes, Justin. 3 in just this over. 3 sixes in this over already of 5 deliveries. 3 sixes, 2 fours. Oh, and such an anti-climax that. Probably Sikandar was looking for a single to rotate the strike and take the charge in the next over as well. But not to be. A rare dot. 7 gone. 113 for 2. It's a big shout. Something finally for the Houston Stallions, but nothing going. Ahmad is into the attack. I think they've gotten away with spin. Is it a chance? No, just over the head of the fielder. And a boundary. Aftab is also trying to match Sikandar. He's done his job really very, very well. 35 for him. Just 15 deliveries. 117 for 2. It's really a formidable total going into the last 3 overs. Will really test the batting lineup of Houston Stallions. They do have some good players in their lineup. We saw Asif striking 2 massive sixes in the previous game. Probably the biggest straight hits in the tournament, both of them. So, Houston Stallions just need to hang in there. See, there's too much cricket for some of these cricketers. I mean, back-to-back games is not easy. And we've just seen an injury here as well. Is it Zahir Makbul, one of their main bowlers? I think he's gone down. Not in our picture at the moment. It's just outside of our picture. We got a substitute on the field. Like I said, there's very thick grass here on this field, so when you play too much cricket here in the last 3 or 4 days, it can really check your hamstrings and quads. You know, these are very, very difficult conditions, or heavy conditions I should say, for some of these recreational cricketers. Still very demanding if you have to play back-to-back games. As Sikandar didn't get a bat on it, but it's a wide ball and will come back for the 2 runs, so 3 runs will be added to the total. This is gone high. It will take some catching. See the fielder coming underneath it, and he's dropped it. Stallions, who was so brilliant in the previous game, under pressure, they've offered Sikandar yet another chance. Remember, he was dropped in the very first over as well, and he's made them pay all right. And he's not done just yet. 68. Yeah, with injury to Zahir as well. Thin resources here for the Stallions, because Zahir normally bowls the last over. This is a top edge. Another opportunity, but the fielders won't get to that. Another 4. The runs are flowing here. It's absolute carnage from the Toronto Panthers. And Houston Stallions are really under pressure, and they haven't helped themselves with those drop catches.
Yo, these batters are just amazing. I'm seeing all these hits. I'm seeing a lot of boundaries. I love the hustle from the Houston Stallions as well, but the Toronto Panthers are just hitting with amazing power. It's like I'm watching the NBL right now. It's like I'm seeing Barry Bonds hitting all these sixes. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And I'm very excited to see how this turns out. We're in the 8th over. It was done. It's crazy. It's 126 to 2. Beautiful. Houston Stallions got something to step up to when I start batting here. I want to see how they're gonna turn out. They did amazing in their first game that I watched. Very beautiful, very clean. I love their hustle, love their commitment. So I'm very excited to see how this game turns out overall. But I have faith in my teams. So let's see how this turns out.
Well, Justin has learned a lot of things this week about cricket. He needs to learn one more thing. When you're behind the mic, you're neutral. Partisan commentators, no one would like you. You gotta give due credit to both. Yeah, you do. That's right. But as a commentator, I mean, like I said, you will learn. But when you get around the people, when you get famous in doing this commentary, you'll have people who would know you on either side. So they won't be happy if you call one team your team, unless you are from that area and that is your team. But that is something. Maybe, or maybe you don't have to. Who knows? You create your own identity through your own style. Nothing wrong with that.
Very true, very true. It's just like I'm watching ESPN, see a lot of commentators talk about their favorite teams and teams they like seeing. They just give their own opinions and they give credits above teams, but sometimes you just fall in love with a player's team and commitment and whoa. Could have been a beautiful boundary there, not gonna lie to you. But as I said, the Houston Stallions, they're hustlers. They are going to hustle to that ball and do whatever they can to stop these teams from getting all these hits out and these boundaries. So as I keep saying, I'm very excited, very happy. I'm smiling right now. So Toronto's batting up right here again. We're gonna see how this turns out. We see Leonard six here. It'll be beautiful. So he's bowling here. Whoa! As I said it before, if they get a six here, it's gonna be too beautiful and too clean. And what do? They showed out. They showed out. It's like they hear my voice. It's like the voice of God. It's the voice of angels right now. It's beautiful.
There you have it. You called it, Justin. And skipper off top, closing in on the 50. He's got up to 46 now. And he is really played a gem of a knock here. Great partnership here. Now single, or will he hustle back for the second? Sikandar is game. He's coming back, puts the pressure on the fielder and gets the second run. This is terrific cricket. Toronto Panthers putting a lot of pressure.
See, it's very hard to say one team's better than the other. Like both teams are great. This is great. It's like watching LeBron in Game 6 right now. Like it's crazy. What is this? Is this another six? Oh, was that it? That was a catch. Beautiful clutch.
Umpire has given it out. There was a little look around from up top to the square leg umpire. How was the height of that ball? It seemed it was above waist, but the umpire is in the best position. I think that ball was dipping. So off top has been dismissed after playing a wonderful knock here. He will come back to a standing ovation from his teammates who just congregated just to our right, just near the boundary line, and clapping him off after a wonderful knock and a magnificent partnership. Deserved applause for the skipper, but the Panthers now are 135 for 3. Another big blow, another chance in the wind. Once again, beautifully judged. For a moment, it looked like that ball was going to drop short of him, but he judged it perfectly. And a good catch means that Shazib will be returning promptly. Can't blame him though, because his team is in such position that they can afford to go for every delivery from here on in. They've got a total on the board already with 7 deliveries to go. Good job. He's super excited. Gotta give me the credit for that.
Most definitely.
You let me know when you're ready.
This is yours, and this one is this one, right?
Which one is mine?
Here. Alright, this is his.
There you go. Another massive strike. Very first delivery. And he didn't need to look in. Kareem absolutely smashed it. 141 for 4 after 9 overs. How about that, Justin?
Well, that was amazing. That was amazing. Like I told you before, the Houston is commitment. Like he saw the ball going over his head, but he still tried to dive and grab the ball. Committed. Like I told you, it was beautiful. And then he hit that 6 out. It's very nice to see this game. It's very beautiful. Both teams, both teams are committed. They're in, and they're hungry. I love to see that in players. When I played sports in high school, I was very excited to see both teams. I was on the sidelines just watching. Loving to see it here too. Both teams hustling. They got their teammates on the sidelines cheering them on, hyping them up. Love to see it. Great batting, great fielding, great game.
Indeed. And Houston Stallions definitely missing Zahir Makbul, who's outside with a hamstring injury, so he won't be able to bowl his second over. At this stage, though, whatever I thought before the game, I thought 120 would be par, 140 will be very, very good, and they got to 141 with still 1 over to go, and Sikandar on strike. They can end up at 160 here, Justin.
I'm telling you, it's great game. Like 9 overs are done. We're starting the 10th now, and it's just wow. Look at this batting here. Whoa, look at this ball. Watch the ball. Watch the ball. Ooh, if that was out, man. I'm very curious to how much scoring we can get here.
Yeah, we got a run out here, Justin, as Sikandar was trying to come back for the second run, and Kareem rather, he was making sure that Sikandar faces the rest of the deliveries. He sacrificed his wicket. He knew that he couldn't make his ground, but still attempted the second run, and in the process he got run out. So another wicket lost, but I think the Panthers, they have plenty of wickets in hand, only 5 down, so not to worry about that dismissal.
But you never know. That's one thing I love about cricket. You never know. Game things can happen. Like we see it everywhere in every sport. Things can happen because when teams are committed and hungry for a win, they don't stop. They keep grinding. That's what an athlete is about. You keep grinding. You don't stop. And I love seeing that here on both teams here. Like it's 142 to 5, but like I told you, both teams are amazing, hustling, committed. Great batting here and great fielding. Look at this bowling here. Ooh, see? Look at this. Great hustle.
Yeah, great delivery. Every dot ball is still precious. Like Justin said, you'd never know in this beautiful game of cricket. And although I think Kareem did the right thing, but the margins are so small sometimes in a competitive game that even one run can come back and haunt you at the end of the game. As Sikandar was trying a funky flick, he gives up his wicket. Or is he back in his ground? He's quite far away from the stumps, I think, but he's still inside the crease. So no damage done, but no run. Good over so far, this final one. There you go, another opportunity, or is it? Ball is up in there and taken finally. Third time lucky there for the Houston Stallions. But you cannot take any credit away from Sikandar, who's batted beautifully. And in this much important game, he's really put his team in a commanding position.
Like you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Like I told you, like you never know in this game. 142 to 6. They was just down by 142 to 5. They got that. They got that out just now. Beautiful. Like they need 4 more to go, and like I told you, you never know, cause they're hungry. They want that win. They want these outs. Both teams are committed. But you got to give it to Toronto Panthers though, like hitting out all those sixes and boundaries earlier, put them in a great lead so far, and it's beautiful. So I'm very excited to see how this game's gonna go in the second inning here. And you hear the team just clapping as their batters come out and come in. Beautiful. Love to see teams like this.
Yeah, it comes back to a standing ovation, Asad Sikandar, and he deserves every bit of it because he's played beautifully. But the amazing thing is, in the final over, 4 deliveries are gone, and no runs has been added to the total. So 142 so far, and 2 wickets have gone down. So, like Justin is saying, the Stallions are still fighting. They want to fight for every run. They give themselves maximum chance when they come out to bat. But 142 is good total, but good to see the fight put up by the Stallions. A wide ball will add a run finally, the first run that has come in the final over. Another wide. What's going on here, Abid? He's the man who will be needed when the Houston Stallions come out to bat. Known for his huge hits. Is this a big enough hit? Not quite. Oh, is it? It's been caught, but outside the fence. And that is the reason the team is not celebrating. The Stallions aren't, but Panthers are, because they pretty much close. Or they got to that 150, a psychological boost. One to go. What's going to happen on this final delivery? Have to wait and see. 150 is a great total. And that is how it will remain, because Amir has run out. 150 for Panthers in their 10 overs.
Beautiful game, beautiful inning, beautiful inning. One thing I want to say is the fact that the Houston Stallions are really good at that hustle. Regardless of the ball being out and still hitting a six, the fact that he still caught it and still went for that ball regardless, you can tell he's hungry for it. I love to see that in players. You see the drive, you see the commitment. Three things I'm going to say again. Great hitting, great fielding, great commitment. Gotta love it in these players, man. Gotta love it.
Absolutely, and this is a knockout game, so all the players, they're giving it their best shot, because there's no second chance here. If you lose, you go home, and we'll come back with the run chase in just about 10 minutes. It promises to be another exciting innings of big hits, catches, thrills, and spills, and that will be coming to your way in just about 10 minutes. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Paramveer Cricket Complex. The semi-final. We've seen some sensational batting already from the Panthers, and now Houston Stallions will get their chance to chase that target of 151 in 10 overs. Not an easy one at all, but we've seen that the Stallions, they do have some good batters in their ranks. Their job won't be easy against a very good Panthers bowling lineup. Panthers at the half time, at the innings break, would be thinking that a job well done so far. 150 thanks to Asad Sikandar, who played a magnificent knock. Shots all around the field. 70 he made, and he was dismissed in the final over. That 150 of the back of his 70, and also skipper Aftab played a very good knock. He was unfortunate he couldn't get to his 50, but that partnership with Sikandar was really the turning point after a sluggish start for Panthers. But now Stallions, and they've got Nur Ali and Shehzad in the middle. Nur Ali's batted well, so has Shehzad in patches, but they have no time to spare today because they have to go hard from ball one, and that's what he does. Nur Ali helped it on its way. The line wasn't right. No protection on the onside in that direction, and a boundary to start off. Houston Stallions got off the mark with a boundary, and that's a good one. Like I said, they don't have a lot of time, or literally no time to ring. And Nur Ali was a tad late on that stroke. But this one, he's gone for it. Sweeper in the deep on the onside. Did come around to stop him from getting another boundary. The other semi-final on field one is also an exciting affair. The winning target for the Unique Tigers from Atlanta will be 98. And they have begun the run chase as well. So we're pretty much on course to end these two games simultaneously. That will put us in good position to start off the final before the threat of rain. I mean, the clouds have closed in a little bit, but still high enough. Nice stroke. Beautiful shot there from Shehzad all along the carpet, and it rolls over the boundary fence. This is what exactly Sikandar showed us, the tall left-hander with plenty of grace and style for his cover drives. Shehzad is slightly shorter, but the grace and the elegance is exactly the same from yet another left-hander. That's gone up. Not quite over. Fielder's coming around, misjudges it, and was able to stop the boundary though. That ball fell over his head and inside the fence. Not an easy chance at all. He's standing deep at that mid-on. He really had to cover a lot of ground overhead. It's at least a good job that he stopped the boundary. This one will go all the way. With the wind, fielder is still running after it, but I don't think he had any chance. It just, in fact, landed inside the field of play. Two deliveries in a row. He didn't quite get the middle of the bat, but making sure that first over really stayed up to the required run rate. They needed 15 in over before the start of the innings, and in the first over they got exactly that, 15 for none. Nur Ali on 5 will face Kashif. I think we'll also have to watch out for Asad Sikandar with the ball. His 2 overs will be very crucial. Stallions have kept up with the run rate in the first over. But the difficult part is that they have to do it in every over. Knocked him over. Nur Ali with a big swing, but couldn't make any contact, and it hit the top of middle stump. That's exactly what Kashif was aiming for, and he executed a perfect delivery to get rid of Nur Ali. Stallions 15 for 1. New man in is Abid. He's a big hitter, we know that. And he will have to be at his very best. Big hitting Abid. Scoring rate has to be kept up. Every over has to yield 15. Yoker length delivery from Kashif. Not easy to get underneath it. So far, just the 1 run in first 3 deliveries. This is a good over. Puts the pressure right back on the batters. I mean, they will remain under constant pressure with chasing such a big total. And in every time they face a couple of dot balls, that pressure will increase twofolds. And this is the case in this over. Half the over has gone. And just the 1 run in it. So Shehzad will have to go on the attack. He tried, but another good delivery from Kashif. This has been an excellent over so far. Not much action for the Stallions. A wicket, 2 dots, and just a single run. Just a single. Another good delivery. Good result there for Kashif. Ball to finish off. Just the 2 runs off the over and a wicket. Excellent from Kashif. 2 gone, 17 for 1. Danish will bowl his second over. You hear a lot of noises and screams coming out of that field one. I think Azim Charania is on fire in there. And here Houston Stallion did need that boundary. Shehzad pushing the score along because last over went for close to nothing, and that has added another layer of pressure on these two. Shehzad would have to make amends in this over and probably go for 20 or 25 to just get that run rate or that chase back on target. Put it back on track, so to speak. They lost their momentum in the second over. In the air, mid-on is lurking in the ring, but couldn't stop the single though. But I don't think that the Panthers will mind giving away singles. The hustle is there, but the end product is not there in terms of fours and sixes.
Very excited to see this game here. I'm liking the singles that the Houston Stallions playing right now. It's very exciting to see. I like the way they're taking their time, take slow and steady. They got lots of plays here. Oh, it was a nice speak. As I speak and say something, look, it goes, oh, right over the fence as well. That's a boundary. Beautiful play. See, I'm very excited to see this game. Both teams are doing amazing, and that's getting us hype right now. That boundary, that's the second boundary of this second inning. Exciting to see this. We get the Panthers fielding here. Great spacing, great communication, great looks. Same thing with the batters. As earlier I stated, I was wondering why I didn't go for a double, but then I saw the batters looking to their right and left and saw the ball is still being played. Ooh, nice clean. Oh, almost spoke a little too soon there. Nice batting. That's the second out from for this inning. 27-2. We got.
Yeah, and you see that catch again, Justin. This is what you really like because it was a nice solid strike and it almost carried over the fence. But the fielder at the boundary line, he balanced himself, he judged the flight of the ball and got himself in a position where he can catch the ball, reverse cup, almost above his head. It was going for six, but he got in the way and dismissed the batter. And that is very, very well done by the Panthers. They're right on top in this game now. Stallions 27 for 2.
And that's another thing I love about this game. You see the commitment from both sides of the teams. Like they bat and they get a single, boom, they bat, get a boundary, boom, might be a six. But then you also got the fielders watching, paying attention, and committing and trying to stop as much as they can. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Very excited to see the second inning here.
Yeah, the battle is intense as well. Two good teams have gone that far in the tournament. You know, this is the last four. We started out with 20 teams. So these two have played some great cricket to get this far. So that's why they're giving it their all in this game because having come so close to the championship match, obviously they don't want to give an inch and they don't want to leave any stone unturned. Give it their all to see if they can get up there. Another chance there. And short third man fielder was in the game. No run. I mean, even if there is no wicket, but the dot balls will continue to build pressure. 3 overs gone, 27 for 2. Houston are well behind the 8 ball. 27 for 2. Now we got 3 overs done, power play done. 15 came in the first over, so nothing much after that. A solid blow, another boundary. But this should be just the start of the run rush, because they cannot play any more dot balls and they cannot have any more cheap overs. The Houston Stallions, that required run rate that started at 15 is already moved up to 17 and a half despite the boundary. So they have to keep coming hard, Justin. Full toss, another boundary. Keep an eye on the umpire. Will he check the height? They did have a little squat word between two of them, Conrad and Sterling. No signal from them. So 2 boundaries to begin the over. More of the same, please.
Hmm? 35 to 2.
Gone for it. Fielder is settling himself under the ball. He drops it and it parries over the fence. Right on the rope at long on. Plenty of time. Looks like he got himself into a good position, but couldn't hold on to it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Another good strike. Away from the fielder. He gave the chase but in vain. This is a good over now. 3 boundary 4s and a 6. 18 of the over. And that matches the required run rate that they need. This is good start to the over with 2 balls to go. They can really make it big. Abid is the key man here. No, 45. Abid is on 20.
Oh, oh. Okay. I was like,
Pitch. Oh, another drop. Once again, probably there was a little bit of confusion because keeper was going for that catch. The fielder from third man was coming. The moment he took his eyes off the ball, and in the end, that catch was dropped. Still a good run for the Stallions, though, because they made just 18 runs in the over. 5 overs gone. The score on 146 points.
no, wait. Oh, okay. Uh, with how they're hitting right now, it's hard to say. 'Cause they're hitting good, but they're also not hitting as enough sixes as I thought they would. If they were hitting like every six, like every other two bat, I'll say they'll catch up. But if they can catch up in the next couple of games, it'll be really good. Me too, me too. Cause this is gonna be a very exciting game. Like, I'm not gonna lie. 'Cause they got it was 150 to 6, so it was one. So it's gonna be. But they have 2 outs, so that's the flow. How the momentum of the game right now is going pretty well. So
Little bit relax वकार में जावेद भाई थोड़ा रिलैक्स हो गए
थोड़ा हो गया सुबह से एम्पायरिंग कर रहा था
अंपायर
वो छोड़ दे एम्पायर 2 मैच में एम्पायरिंग की
which one do you want to win? Oh no.
Six done?
Yep.
It's got boring, man. No, five down.
Yep. I was very excited to see the Houston Stallion back because he was doing really well in
Yeah, this
the first
man
game.
with 22, he still got a chance. Not chance, but he still can hit few big hits.
Mm.
But you
But I
can't.
don't know because they got 50, 5.0 overs left.
One of the guy from the management is sitting. He gave me a look when I said just mute
Why did he give
because
you
he
a look?
hasn't heard you.
Oh, he's heard me
He,
before.
he hasn't heard you,
Oh,
and he wouldn't know if I will only give you mic when I think you're doing it.
thank you.
But they don't know that.
That's okay.
Yeah, you understand what I mean,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. All right.
I
I
just
was
don't
feeling.
care.
Nah, it's all good. I don't really mind it either. I haven't been talking only because like I don't want
I know. You're right. You're right.
12.
Hello, hello, hello.
No, it's off.
Oh, this one is mine, right? At the halfway stage, too far away from where they should have been, the Houston Stallions. Another sensational effort. Has he taken it? I think he has. Well, he has not, but I think injured himself. Everybody's rushing in that direction.
Next year is crazy. Next year is crazy.
'em. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. This one is I don't because remember you
No,
told
no,
me
you
that
can.
some people just like they take it to heart. I don't want
No,
to
no.
nobody's feelings. Alright, because I'm
I
the
mean,
owner.
they will be disappointing themselves as well.
Okay, okay.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. It's a little disappointing to see the Houston Stallions go out like that, but I still have hope for them. A little 150 is still kind of hard at our reach. I would expected them to be like up by at least 80-4 by now, but 60-4 is very unreachable to hit 150, and we only have four overs left, and it's kind of shaky. It's very shaky. It's bringing me down a little bit, but I still have hope for this team. The Toronto Panthers are doing a great job fielding out here, catching these balls, and it's still kind of sad to see the Houston Stallions go out like this. But as I said before, and I always will say this, how I have hope for them. So let's see how this goes.
How much is the probability of a miracle happening, Justin? And the equation of 91 and 4s is pretty close to a spectacular miracle.
Yeah, but I still believe that we can have an excitement in this game. As you said, I have to be more realistic with what I said previously, and I agree with that. But it's still nice to see because Houston Stallion did an amazing game this afternoon. They hit it amazing sixes, boundaries, good doubles. It's good to see that. It's good, nice to see that. And I hope in the last few overs that we have, hope to see some sixes here, hitting into second field, and I would love to see that.
Yeah, like I said, and we watch another one. It stayed in the field of play, misjudged by the fielder, but not the sixes that Justin was expecting. But with Abid in the middle, like I said before, we still not finished with the entertainment. Probably the target is way beyond Stallions' reach, but the entertaining bit, and if you want to see some sixes landing in the other field, that's still possible. As Abid goes down the wicket and he's gone. Sikandar's guile and leg spin. A bit too much for the right-hander. He gave him the charge, but couldn't make any contact. He swung at thin air and he was stumped promptly by the wicketkeeper. So last hope for Houston Stallions is gone as well.
Great reaction time by the wicket keeper, by the way. Great. That was beautiful to see. It's sad to see the Houston Stallion go out like this. 62-5. I really expected to see more sixes in this game, but there's still hope to see some beautiful sixes and beautiful boundaries getting hit out. So as I can state, right as of now, is I want to continue to see how this game goes. We got another player coming in here to bat for the Houston Stallion. So let's see how this goes. I hope he hits some beautiful sixes out here, some boundaries, keep the momentum going, and just give us some excitement. And this last few overs that we have.
Yeah, you're right. And also, I mean, when you put up a good fight, you give it your all. There's no shame in losing to a team that has played better than you on a given day. And Houston Stallions will be the first to admit that Toronto Panthers did outplay them, especially that one outstanding knock from Sikandar really took the game away from them. If they had taken that catch of Sikandar in the first over, who knows, this game would have had a completely different outcome by now. But this is cricket. Things happen. And when two teams play, two good teams play, there's only one winner. But credit to Stallions for getting this far in this tournament. They have tasted success in this tournament, so they will be disappointed not to have a crack at the championship, getting out at this stage, at the semi-final stage. But credit to Panthers. I mean, they've really turned up the heat on Stallions in this game from the word go. And now they're pretty certain, and in my opinion, they've already booked a place in the final. And they're waiting at the other field as well for the winner. Just the last rights to be written. And despite that boundary, Sikandar's figures still not bad at all. 66 for 5 sixes. But chasing this big total, they need to have a spell of boundaries and sixes for 2 or 3 overs in a row. That hasn't happened.
And I can agree with you on that. And that's why I was a little disappointing because the first game they played, they had like extravagant power. Like they were hitting sixes like it was no tomorrow. It's like just watching a shooting star from the sky. And the way that the ball was floating over with the wind too was just beautiful to watch. It's kind of sad we're not really seeing that now. It's kind of expected, tires get tired and worn out and exhausted, and I understand because I played sports. It happens. You get fatigued, but I hope
Another one's gone. As they say, another one bites the dust. This time, Sikandar once again with the wicket. He's turned up the heat with the bat, and now he's doing it with the ball. Superstar performance from the big man as Shahid has now been dismissed. Houston Stars probably by now know their fate as they slump further to 67 for 6.
And man, what a shame because like when Panthers are batting.
I'll ask you this. I know you're new to the game, but I'll still put you to test. What do you think when they conceded 150? Did you think they conceded too many? If they'd kept them to 120, 130, do you think they would have had a better chance?
That's a great question actually, but I'm about to say no, only due to the fact that in this conceding game here, we did not see any amazing sixes or boundaries because the way that the Panthers are fielding and communicating, you can tell that they're watching the ball. They're really watching the ball. And as you told me before, you've seen the players that say they're calling out mine. You're hearing them call out mine, and then they spread out, and then they still on the dot. They're catching it. So even if the Panthers had hit and got scored 120 or 110, there's no way that the Houston could have caught up to that number with how they're playing right now. It's 67 to 6. There's no way.
You're gonna have to remind our viewers as we see another catch, another wicket. Zahir Makbul, who was struggling with his hamstrings, he had to go out of the park in their fielding innings. Just came in and lasted one delivery. 7 down now for 67. And the writing is pretty much on the wall. I was just going to tell my listeners as well. If you're listening for the first time, you need to know that Justin hadn't known anything about cricket up to 3 days ago. And now you listen to him on the mic expressing what he felt, how he saw the game develop. So you'd have to give it to him. This is what he learned in 3 days. This is astonishing. And I have to really say well done to him. Well done, Justin.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. I'm just sitting here spending time with you, pressing cut. I learned a lot from you. Taught me the game, and I'm growing to love it. Like it's beautiful, and who would have thought? You know what I'm saying? I was a baseball, soccer, football guy, and now I'm a cricket guy. And I love it. Houston Stallions, y'all put up a great fight. I'm proud of you. Panthers, you're doing amazing as well. So let's see how this inning comes out. But I do want to see some more sixes from the Houston before this game comes to a close. That would be a beautiful thing to see. See some shooting stars out here.
Really, that is incredible. And yeah, when Justin said that he's been football, baseball, and soccer guy, and now he's a cricket guy. That is what we like to hear. To bring more people into this beautiful game. And it's great to know that Justin has fallen in love with this game. And for his sake now, I'm rooting Stallions to come on and hit a few sixes just for Justin, especially onto the field, adjoining field at field one as well, because this is what pleases him the most when he see the ball fly over from one field to the other, and where they're hitting on the onside, there's a good chance. Come on, Arir and Zahir, you got to do it for Justin.
Yes,
Let's go.
please. Yes, please. Let's go, Houston. I love y'all. Make me proud. I'm smiling for y'all.
Helped it on its way. Not the six that we asked for. Not even the boundary, but the effort is still there. I mean, this is pleasing though. They're still not giving up. And I'm pretty sure, well, cricket is a funny game, but Justin, I'm telling you, we're going to see at least 1-6 before this game is over. And you'll get your wish.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. We got 2.2 overs left, and I just want to see this. Oh.
Not to be on that delivery though. A little loopy full toss. There was the opportunity. But Arir decided to stay in the crease and allow the ball to dip under his bat and onto the stumps. Another wicket has gone. Stallions 70 for 8.
It's okay, my Houstons. I still love you. I'll always be your number one fan. My heart is with y'all. So, yeah, I hope to see some sixes before this game comes to a close. Put a smile on my face, because I've never gave up on you, and I know you're not giving up on yourselves. I want to see some sixes and some beautiful. Take it to the next field for me. Let's take it home, boys. I think so. Okay. See, I want them to just like, you know what I'm saying? No, I know, but when I saw that, I was like, nah, like my heart dropped. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. I believe in the Houston Stallions, bro. Like a great artist once said, hands on my knees. You know what I'm saying? How old are you? I'm 22.
Baby.
Oh my god. I just want to say that. I'm not a baby. I'm a man now.
No, you're a man. But
I'm a man.
22, when you get to 50, you think that 22 is not in terms of hair, just in age, in number.
Yeah, true.
Your mind is, I'm not questioning or doubting that. I'm just saying you're young.
I know. I was just teasing you. Come on, Houston. See a six.
Who's the new man in? Rizwan. Can he do it? We need a sixer. Just a single will do, Rizwan says. Okay. 71 for 8 with 2 overs to go. Even 6 sixes in 2 overs consecutively wouldn't do it for Stallions now. So literally this game is over.
So the Toronto, they'll be champions from last year, right?
I don't know who's the champion from last year. I think Houston is champion from last year.
Oh, so that's why you vote for them. Because last they won last year. Yeah, you're bandwagon. You're no.
Houston won 4 of the 6, and Toronto has won. I think Toronto is the
Defending team last year.
yeah, they're the defending champions. So the defending champions, Toronto Panthers, they are marching on to the final, and will have another crack to have a chance to retain their title. Apologies if you overheard us conversing during the middle of the overs. I mean, forgot to switch off our mics, so you heard whatever we were talking between overs. Apologies for that. Hope we didn't use any foul language, hopefully, but got to be more careful with that. Coming to the end of this game, though, it's sometimes very hard to concentrate when the game as a contest doesn't live up to the expectations. Another big hit, but not enough power to take it over the fence. But Justin, your team is still trying. I have to give it to them.
So do I. You know, I'm still expecting that six to be hit. Some boundaries as well. Just want to see some heavy hitters before this game comes to a close. But as I told you before, and I always say this, I have faith in them. And, you know,
This is sports, and you know sports psyche very well because you're into sports. It happens. But give credit to the man of the moment, Asad Sikandar. And before I was about to build him up, he bowls this no ball that was way outside the off stump. Probably slipped out of his hands the way he's flicking his hand in dirt, trying to get the sweat off of it. It's become pretty humid, I think. Although it's cloudy, but that breeze, strong breeze that we had previously, is all of a sudden reduced now as Sikandar comes back and make a good delivery of the free hit. No damage done. Yeah, I was talking about Sikandar, like the way he batted, he scored 70 runs and now he's taken 2 wickets for 9. A star all-round performance from the big man. Now the diving effort in the field. Even Toronto Panthers, despite having the game in the bag, they're still giving it their all. That's good to see.
You just gotta love to see it, man. Gotta love to see it. Effort and hard work. Gotta love to see it, man.
Dot to finish off over number 9, 75 for 8. Final over of the game. And now 5 deliveries is the time that's remaining in this game before the Panthers will be celebrating their victory. And like I said, another attempt to go and defend their title. Appealing very hard. The batsman's walking. Another wicket has fallen. And the end is imminent. 9th wicket has gone down. Muiz with the 2nd wicket. And Stallions 77 for 9. Their ship is sinking very fast now.
I'm gonna just say this one last time. I really want to see a 6 getting hit out of the fence. I have to. I believe in the Stallion. I always will. I always have. Y'all played a great game. You are playing a great game. But do it for me, please. I would love to see a 6 from you.
Well, Justin, is one more big incentive for you as well. There's a big championship game coming up. You got to pick up a team in that competition in the final, and you can just start your ambition afresh for the final. And I'm sure you'll get to see plenty of 6s. So, do you want to think along those lines? Pick a team for the final. I think Unique Tigers are the ones who got through to the final from there, and Panthers from this field.
Um, you know, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Panthers just because. Actually, no, I take that back. They beat my team, so I'm gonna have to go with the other team you just stated because I gotta see them painting doom, and I just want to see what's gonna happen. I'm doing it for me and doing it for the Houston Stallions.
Okay, fair enough. And the other team is from Atlanta. Local team has made it to the final.
That's my city. I'm from the A. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Atlanta. It's my city, so I gotta work for my team. So I know they got in the bag. So we got the Canadian. No, we got. So as an Atlantean myself, what I'm saying, I want to see the Atlanteans win, not the Canadians. You know what I'm saying? And it will be nice to see us take home the trophy.
That was the final delivery, and now the result is confirmed. The contest was over a long time ago, and the eventual result is 75 runs victory for Toronto Panthers. They thoroughly deserved their victory. They were superb with the bat, excellent with the ball. In Houston Stallions, a word for them. They got up to this far in tournament in the semifinals, the four-time champions. It wouldn't be this year for them, but their effort was good. Eventually falling short at the semifinal stage, but this moment does belong to Toronto Panthers because they were very clinical and they will have a chance to defend their title in the championship game. We saw some good cricket, some entertaining cricket, totally dominated by Toronto Panthers. At times, Houston Stallions looked at the races, they fought hard, but the game of cricket, one team has to win and the other has to accept defeat. And today it was Toronto Panthers Day.
And I agree with that. But as I told you before, next year, guaranteed, the Houston Stallion winning back to back to back. Back to back. I believe in them. They played a great game.
That's good from you, Justin.
They played a great game. I have faith in the Houston Stallions.
Okay.
Toronto
Turn around
Panthers.
And we'll see. And this is just about time for us to wind up this broadcast because we'll be back with the final in just about 15 minutes. I hope you enjoyed our coverage, and we look forward to seeing you back in just about 15 minutes for the championship game.